coming. She came up from Miami. She is the executive director of the Christian Coalition Against Domestic Violence. Give Kate a hand and her husband for coming up from Miami to be with us today for this Christian Women's Rights Convention. And I guarantee, Kate, that you're here because you see a connection between this inequality and this hierarchy that's been created through this complementarian doctrine and the abuse that you see. Many of us don't see it at all because we live in nice homes and we go to nice churches and we know nice people. But you know what? Even among those people, there's stuff going on that we don't know about because nobody's saying anything. And so it is a shame that secular advocates see one of their jobs as educating Christians and the churches and pastors how to respond to domestic violence victims. It should be us teaching them. And honestly, so much of what we're teaching in the church right now is contributing. It is contributing. I don't have time to go into that. It's in my book, Woman Submit. Kate, I do offer this book free. I send a free download to anyone who needs it that cannot afford it. Some women, you know, it would not be safe to have it in their home. But I deal with these things in Woman Submit. So there's a lot there. I'm not the last word on the subject by any means. Those are my insights into it. But we should be teaching others how to love and how to respond compassionately, shouldn't we? Instead of sending endangered victims right back in to the danger zone. And many of them don't make it out. Wanted to comment on one other thing. Kate, did you have something to come up here? Because I'm mic'd, and I have a little mic here that's going to pick you up real well for the cameras.
This is why
that's why we're hugging.
I just want to say that it's...
Stand over where the mic.
So I have both of them. Okay. You're so funny. I just want to say that's a big part. That's what we do. I mean, we go in and our heart is to help churches to develop domestic abuse ministries. And we have been successful, not on a wide scale, but we've got about 6 churches, 2 in Dade County, 2 in Broward County, 1 in Ohio, that we have actually helped start specific domestic abuse ministries to be those people that someone can walk up to and say, this is what I'm going through. And we tell them, I use the becoming a safe community, support, acceptance, freedom from fear, and exposing evil.
There we go.
And that's what the church needs to do. And as you said about secular agencies, I worked in a secular agency for years. That was my job, to go out and do trainings. And I was very fortunate that they allowed me to start a faith-based initiative where I actually did start in the churches. But I saw such a need for the Christian church to step up to the plate and do this rather than secular agencies. But I just want to tell the story about when I was working for the secular agency. I went to go speak at a church, a mega church. And before I got up to speak, the pastor said to the 250 people that were there, you're going to learn about domestic violence today, but I want to be clear. If anybody comes up to you and they've got this issue, you refer them to the secular agency because that's what they're for. And I just stood there in amazement. I was like, okay, now how do I get up and speak after this? But I was able to, and that actually ended up being one of the churches that started a domestic abuse ministry, which was amazing.
Wonderful.
But
wonderful. Thank you, Kate.